quick dive on Gmail access automation with Selenium. Here's what you need to get started. Jump into the website. Let's download the latest web drive for Selenium. I think the latest version should be 3.141.59. Once the download is completed, we can go ahead and install it in our system and get the browser configured, and so we can proceed with our scripting. So this is the path that I need for my Chrome. In my case, I'll be using the Google Chrome. Once I have the Google Chrome up, I need to run a quick test script to let me know if the Google Chrome is going to come up. So let's walk through this. Here is the test. This is the path where my Google Chrome is installed. I set that on a variable s, and then the driver is going to load that path on a Google Chrome, and then I'm calling the Gmail, and then just the system is going to sleep for 5 seconds. Then I'm just going to search a dummy there just to make sure that the web browser is loading up and functioning as needed. So let's test that and see where we are. So we're going to run the script and see if everything is loading as is expected. Okay, there we go. We run it. Everything is loading fine. So let's see. Okay, and our browser is working fine. So hopefully we get some data back. Yeah, we can see everything is working fine. So we can proceed from here, knowing that the driver is working. So the step one is pretty much completed, which was just the download piece of it, and then opening the browser, making sure that that is correctly set, which we can see that is functioning well. So the next step was running the script, the test script, to make sure it's running, and then we can jump on to collecting that we're going to need for this. We need 4 variables. The one is the URL from the HTML. We need the username, also the path of it on the HTML. We need the password, and we need the submit button. Other one is going to be a click on next or submit, but we still need to get the path. So when we jump into the Google login page, what I did is I just copied the URL from the login page. I set that on the variable for my URL, which the script is going to call back. And then I'm going to click in. There we go. The URL is setting to that path, and you can do the same from your browser, whichever browser you are using. So that gives us the URL that we need, that we're going to be calling. Now if I click on this tick mark here, click inside the email, because I need to get that path, right. And then inspect it, and I can see here I have the ID identifier ID, which is what I need for my variable, because I'm going to use that identifier to send in my username to the system, and we have autocomplete for the username. System will recognize it and use it. Now we're going to note that down, username ID identifier, and as we've seen, it's coming from this ID here. Now I'm going to note that down because I'm going to use that for my variable. But after that we have to click next. So in this case we're going to right click, and then we're going to inspect next. Since we don't have the ID on the next, right click and copy the X path. So that should give you the path for the next, which we also need for our button. And then we need the password next. After we click on the next, same disposition, same scenario that we just followed. We're going to inspect it, and then if we don't find the ID, we're going to right click on it and copy the X path for it. So again, we're gonna pick up that tick mark, right click in the inside on our password. We see we have the password. Do we have ID? We don't have the ID on it, so we're going to right click on it, and we're just going to copy the X path. Beautiful. That's our last variable that we need, and then from here on, the owner is just gonna load it. I call it inside there. This is the URL for the Gmail login, and I want to bring that up back up. Then we're gonna use find element by the ID identifier, which we noted earlier for the username, and then I'm passing in my username, which is dummy username. Then driver, finding the element by the X path. We already found the path for it, and then we just click on it because this was the path for it, and then we click next. Give the system to sleep for 5 seconds to load up, and then the driver dot find the element by the X path, which this was the password, and then we send the key, which is sending the password so the system can log in. Again, once we send the password, we want to click next, so we're gonna driver dot find elements by the X path dot click next, and then sleep for 10 seconds to log in. Then we see what happened after that. So let's run the script and then see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna run the script. It's gonna push it on the next screen so I can type in my password, and then we watch it all unfold together. Hope this works successfully. I hope this can help you and help anybody else who's tired of doing manual work every single time. And there we go, everything is successful. And I want to thank you for watching. All the scripts are going to be down on the Windows script below the script description. You all can download them, use them as you want, and I want to wish you all Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you.